So I hope you can able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So we are well known for the function f of t is given. We can define what is the Laplace of f of t of s, right? That is the definition integral over 0 to infinity e power minus st times f of t into dt. Okay. So the question is Laplace transform exist for all the functions? If the f of t is given, can you able to define the Laplace transform for all the functions? So the answer is not. So we cannot define Laplace transform for all functions. So there are few functions are there. For that functions, we cannot define our Laplace transform. For example, so that functions are e power t square and e power 1 by t. So the functions are e power t square and e power t and 1 by t and the function t power t. So these are the few examples. For these functions, we cannot define the Laplace transform of these. So there are some conditions are there, the sufficient conditions for the existence of Laplace transform. So sufficient conditions for the existence of Laplace transform. So is the first one. So the first one is piecewise continuous. And second one, exponential order. Now I tell you what is piecewise continuous. Okay. Piecewise continuous defines the function is continuous except finite number of points. The definition of piecewise continuous is, so it is continuous. It is continuous except at finite number of points. So hope you know what is continuous, right? The function continuous means there is no break in the graph. Okay. The definition of the continuous is there is no break in the graph. That defines the continuous functions. So here, what is piecewise continuous? So it is continuous except at finite number of points. For example, so this is the graph for continuous functions. There is no break in this graph from the point A to B, let's say. So in this graph, this is the point A and this is the point B. So my function is like this, and like this, and like this. See, there are some breaks in the graph. The breaking points are only finite number of points. 1, 2 points are there. There are breaking points. So then this defines the piecewise continuous. Okay. Okay. And the second one, what is exponential order? That means that function f of t, you can bound with some numbers, some m into e power some ct. Then we can say f is exponential order. Okay. The first condition, function is a piecewise continuous, and second one is exponential order. That defines the modulus of f of t is less than or equal to some m times e power ct. That means the function is bounded by the exponential function. Okay, any function f of t, you can bound it by this, by choosing the m and c by this exponential function. If these two conditions are satisfied, then you can define the Laplace transform for the given function. Okay, now you compare to these four examples. The first one, e power t square. So it is a continuous function, right? Putting for any values of t. Take the first example. So the first example is e power t square. Okay, so draw the graph when t equal to 0. So that is e power 0 is 1. When t equal to 1, e power 1 square. So the graph is growing like this. So is it bounded by the exponential function? Can you choose your m and n such that you can bound e power t square is less than or equal to some m times e power some constant c times t? Can you able to choose this m and c? So it should valid for every t. So the graph of the exponential function, for example, e power everything is starting the point 1. Like this is your graph of e power t square. You draw the graph of e power t, that may be like this, right? Now up to the first 1 points both are same, right? So this is at the point 1, this is at the point 2, e power t square is e power 4. Okay, up to the point 1, up to 1 everything is same. This is your graph of e power t, right? Right? Are you able to understand? This is the graph of e power t that is interacting with e power t square with only 2 points, 0 and 1. Now you draw the graph of e power 2t. That may be e power 2t when t equal to 0 is 1. When t equal to 1, that is e power 2. When t equal to 2, that is e power 4. This may be this one. Right? At the point 2, the both are in fact matching intersection at the point t equal to 0 and t equal to 2. This is e power 2t. So, but this should satisfy every t. So the given function e power t square is not bounded by the exponential function. You cannot choose your m and c such that this should satisfy for every t. We cannot choose such a function, such a numbers m and c such that the e power t square is bounded by some m into e power ct. Okay, so therefore we can say for this function e power t square, the Laplace transform does not exist. Okay, and similarly you can define for the e power t and define for 1 by t and t power t. So all the remaining functions are growing much faster than the exponential function. That's all. So keep remember this word. The Laplace transform is exist only for the functions. Those are piecewise continuous and exponential order. So if your function is growing faster than the exponential function, the words are important. The function is growing much faster than the exponential function, so we can't define the Laplace transform for that function. So these are these counter examples. For these functions, we cannot define our Laplace transform. Okay? Yes? Okay, fine. Any doubts here? So why Laplace transform is not exist for the function t power t and 1 by t? You have to write the answer. The function t power t and 1 by t are continuous functions but not exponential order. What is the meaning of exponential order? The function should bounded by the exponential function. That means the growth of the function should be bounded below the exponential function. For that type of functions only we can define Laplace transform. Okay? Okay. So now I am interested to talk about inverse Laplace transform. Okay. So what is inverse Laplace transform? Okay. We know what is the definition of Laplace transform, right? The Laplace of f of t of s is defined as capital F of s. Multiply both the sides the L inverse. I can define L inverse L of f of t of s is nothing but L inverse of capital F of s of t. Why I am putting here of t? Let me see in the left hand side. This operator L inverse and L and both are inverse operators. So the one and the other will cancel. So the rest is f of t. So f of t is nothing but the L inverse of capital F of s. That's why I am putting here everything is a function of t. Because the left hand side is a function of t. So therefore the L inverse is a function of t. This defines your inverse Laplace transform. Okay? Okay. So as of now we know you are very familiar. If f of t is given, you can be able to find what is your capital F of s. Right? If f of t is 1, what is capital F of s?
1 by s square.
1 by?
S square.
Sir.
1 by s itself. If f of s is okay, if it is e power 2t, what is the Laplace transform of e power 2t?
1 by s minus 2.
1 by s minus 2. Okay. So if it is 1 by t square, what is the Laplace transform of 1 by t square? Sorry. Laplace transform of t square. What is the answer?
2 by s cube. 2 by s power 2 plus 1.
Yeah, 2 by s cube. Okay, super. So if it is cos 4t, what is the Laplace transform?
S by s square plus 16.
Plus 16.
Right? S square plus 16. Sin 70.
7 by s
7 by s square plus
49.
Okay. So now you know if f of t is given, you can able to find what is your capital F of s. Okay. So now forget about the first one. Now you don't know what is your f of t. Okay. The only f of s is given. Right? Only f of s is given. So here you have to write only f of s is given. Can you find what is the L inverse of f of s? L inverse of f of s is f of t is nothing but small f of t, right? The Laplace inverse of Laplace transform of f, right? So this defines L inverse of capital F of s is nothing but L inverse of Laplace transform of f of t of s. This is t. The whole everything is a function of t. So L inverse and L cancel. The result is a function of t only. Okay. Now you know f of s. Can tell me what is the f of t? Now you have to find what is the f of t. What is the f of t for if f of s is 1 by s? What is f of t?
1.
1. If 1 by s minus 2, what is f of t?
E power 2t.
E power 2t. For this one, 2 by s cube, answer is t square. For s by s square plus 16, so the answer is cos 4t. Right? If f of s is given 7 by s square plus 49, so then the inverse Laplace transform of capital F is or small f, so the answer is sin 70. Right? So the Laplace transform f of t to capital F of s, this is the Laplace transform. So this f of s to again f of t is called as the inverse Laplace transform. We're coming from here to there. This is nothing but your L inverse. Okay. So any doubts here? The inverse Laplace transform. While solving the inverse Laplace transform, you should have the very good knowledge of the Laplace transform. Then only you can solve. Okay, let me see some examples. So the first example, what is the inverse Laplace transform of 10 divided by s plus 2 the whole power 6? Yes. So you can bring 10 as a constant. You can bring that is outside. Is 10 times of L inverse of 1 divided by s plus 2 the whole power 6 of t. Yes. Now tell me, just compare your formulas. So all sin e power at is 1 by s minus a. Cos at is 1 s by s square plus a square. Sin at is a by s square plus a square. So when this plus 2 will come, hope you remember this formula. The Laplace transform of e power minus at of f of t of s is nothing but capital F of s plus a. Right? Hope you remember this formula. Yes? Can you use this formula here? Then what will be the answer? This is 10 times of yes? Use this formula, tell me the answer. So I can write this as e power minus 2t times the L inverse of 1 by s power 6. May I write by using the above formula?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Then what is the L inverse of 1 by 6? Sorry, L inverse of s by 1 by s power 6 is 10 into e power minus 2t. You should know this formula. What is the Laplace transform of t power n of s is nothing but n factorial divided by s power n plus 1. Now use this formula. What is the L inverse of 1 by s power 6?
power 5.
Yes. Answer? T power 5 divided by 5 factorial. Yes. So I want only 1 by s power 6. Putting n equal to 6 here. So the Laplace of t power 6. Sorry, putting n equal to 5. T power 5 something but 5 factorial divided by s power 6. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I will give you a second example. That will be very simple. Okay. So find the inverse Laplace transform of 7s minus 1 divided by s plus 1, s plus 2 and s plus 3 of t. Yes. So the inverse Laplace transform. So if it is either 1 by s plus 1, we know, or either 1 by s plus 2, we can. So now you see the denominator is a product of s plus 1, s plus 2 and s plus 3. So use the partial fraction, right? You can able to write that 1 divided by the product of this s plus 1, s plus 2, s plus 3. We can able to write the sum of 1 by s plus 1 plus or minus something 1 by s plus 2 and so on, right? So by using the partial fraction, I can write the 7s minus 1 divided by s plus 1, s plus 2 into s plus 3. I can write it as a divided by s plus 1, b divided by s plus 2 and c divided by s plus 3, right? Hope you know this method, right? Partial fractions, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you just simplify or cross multiply. What is the answer? A times s plus 2 into s plus 3 plus b times s plus 1 into s plus 3 plus c times s plus 1 into s plus 2. Everything is divided by s plus 1, s plus 2 and s plus 3, right? Now you see the denominators of both left hand side and right hand side, both are same. So you can write it as 7s minus 1 is equal to a into s plus 2 times s plus 3 plus b into s plus 1 times s plus 3 plus c into s plus 1 into s plus 2. Now putting some values of s, you will get the values of a, b, c, right? So putting s equal to minus 1, what is the answer? Putting s equal to minus 1, the left hand side is minus 7 minus 1 is equal to a into 1 into 2 plus s plus 1 is there in b term, so 0. S plus 1 is there in c term, so that is also 0. So if you simplify, you will get the answer. Value of a is minus 4, right? Okay. Now tell me for what values of s you will get b.
minus 2.
Yeah, putting s equal to minus 2, the first term a coefficients are 0 and c coefficients are 0. That is a non-zero in b coefficients. Okay. So putting s equal to minus 2, so this is minus 14 minus 1 is equal to 0 plus b times putting s equal to minus 2, so this is minus 1 and this is plus 1 times 0. So after simplifying, the value of b is 15. Okay. Now putting for what value of s?
minus 3.
Minus 3.
Minus
Three.
3. Yeah.
Minus
Putting s equal
20.
to minus 3. So the
Minus
coefficient
20.
yeah, the coefficient of A is 0 and the coefficient of B is also 0 and the coefficient of C is non-zero. So the answer is minus 21 minus 1. So 0 plus 0 plus C times minus 2 minus 1. To simplify, the value of C is minus 11. So now I got the values of A, B, C. So I can rewrite it as the 7s minus 1 divided by s plus 1 into s plus 2 into s plus 3. I can written as minus 4 divided by s plus 1 plus 15 divided by s plus 2 minus 11 divided by s plus 3. Right? Okay. So now I am going to take the Laplace transform on both sides. The Laplace transform of the 7s minus 1 divided by s plus 1 into s plus 2 into s plus 3 of t is nothing but the Laplace inverse Laplace transform of the left hand side. Minus 4 by s plus 1 plus 15 by s plus 2 minus 11 by s plus 3 of t. Okay. Now we know the Laplace transform is linear and also the inverse Laplace transform is also linear. So you can write it as minus 4 times L inverse of 1 by s plus 1 of t plus 15 times the L inverse of 1 divided by s plus 2 of t minus 11 times the L inverse of 1 divided by s plus 3 of t. Right? Okay. Now what is the L inverse of 1 by s plus 1?
E power minus t.
Yes. So minus 4 times e power minus t plus 15 times what is the L inverse of 1 by s plus 2? So e power minus 2t minus 11 times e power minus 3t. So the L inverse of the left hand side, everything is a function of t, is this one. Okay? Yes? So any doubts in this problem? Okay. Hope you have studied the partial fraction right in your schools?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Then you know everything. Okay. So find the inverse Laplace transform of 1 divided by s into s square plus a square. Yes. Now you tell me how to solve this one. We know the Laplace transform of 1 by s and also we know the Laplace transform of s square plus a square. Right? But we don't know what is the product of this s into s square plus a square. Right? So use the partial fraction. You can able to write this 1 divided by s into s square plus a square as, yes. You can able to write, yes, tell me the answer, a by s plus, now,
B by S
B by
square.
s square plus a square.
not b by,
bx plus c by s square plus a square.
yeah, very good, bs plus c divided by s square plus a square. Why is this coming? bs plus c?
Because s square plus a square, we can't.
Yeah, it is a quadratic.
Factors.
Yeah, it's a quadratic one. Okay. So that's why I am writing this as a quadratic as a linear one. bs plus c. Yes, power, this is a yes, simple s alone. So the power is minus to that. Okay. That's why you see a is, you can write s power 0 times a. Now it comes to the quadratic one, s square plus a square. So you have to write bs plus c. There are two roots are there in that. Okay. Okay. Now you simplify or cross multiply and you can cancel the both the denominators. So the answer is 1 is equal to a into s square plus a square plus s into bs plus c. Yeah. Now you tell me how to find the values of a, b, c. First,
We can, sir.
s equal to 0. Right? Putting s equal to 0, so I will get plus 0. Therefore, the value of a is 1 divided by a square. Right? I think this is the only possibility for putting s equal to 0. You will get the value of a. Then how to find b and c? Yes? How to find b and c? So compare the coefficients of s, s square, and so on. Okay. Okay. Or equating the coefficients of s. What is the answer? The left hand side, what is the coefficient of s?
0.
0. Right hand side, what is the coefficient of s?
C.
C. Right? Are you able to understand? See, the left hand side only one is there. One is a coefficient of s constant. Okay. See that the right hand side, a is a coefficient of s square. And this a into a square is a constant term. And comes to the second term, b into s square and c into s. So the coefficient of s is c only. So this implies the value of c is 0. Now, equating the coefficient of s square on both sides. What is the left hand side? There is no s square terms, that is 0. The right hand side, what is the coefficient of s square?
A plus B.
A plus b. Very good. Okay. And also we know what is the value of a. And from here we can
A is equal to minus b.
of b. Therefore b is minus 1 divided by a square. Okay. So now you got the values of a, b, c. So you can rewrite this 1 divided by s into s square plus a square is nothing but 1 by a square divided by s plus b is minus 1 by a square times s plus c is 0 divided by s square plus a square. Just you simplify, this is equal to 1 divided by a square times 1 by s minus 1 divided by a square times s divided by s square plus a square. Okay. So now take Laplace transform on both sides. So inverse Laplace transform. So L inverse of 1 divided by s into s square plus a square of t is nothing but the L inverse of everything of t. Okay. So you can write the L inverse is a linear operator. So this we can write as L in 1 by a square times L inverse of 1 by s of t minus 1 by a square times L inverse of s by s square plus a square of t. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Tell me what is the answer? What is the inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s?
1.
1. And 1 by a square times. What is the inverse Laplace transform of s by s square plus a square?
Cos 80.
Cos 80. So therefore the answer is 1 by a square minus cos 80 by a square. That's all. Okay. Okay. So any doubts here? Finding the inverse Laplace transform. So I am giving only the easy examples. Okay. Let me consider another example. Suppose one, finding the inverse Laplace transform of log of s square plus 9 divided by s square plus 1 of t. Okay. Okay. So this you have to find the Laplace transform of this log of something in the problems. So I will give you some method. Okay. You take the everything to the f of s is nothing but this log of s square plus 9 divided by s square plus 1. Okay. So this you can rewritten as by the properties of logarithmic s square log of s square plus 9 minus the log of s square plus 1. Okay. Now you differentiate with respect to s. What is the answer? So d by ds of capital F of s is nothing but what is the differentiation of log s square plus 9? So 1 divided by s square plus 9 into the differentiating s square 2s minus differentiating the log of s square plus 1. So this s square plus 1 times again differentiating s square plus 1 we get 2s. Okay. So just you rewrite this one. So 2s divided by s square plus 9 minus 2s divided by s square plus 1. So bringing the minus side outside. So this is minus of, this is plus. Bring that minus sign into the left hand side. Minus d by ds of capital F of s. Right? So now you take the Laplace transform, inverse Laplace transform on both sides. So the L inverse of minus d by ds of capital F of s of t is nothing but L inverse of minus 2s by s square plus 9 plus 2s divided by s square plus 1 of t. Right? So what is the left hand side? What is the inverse Laplace transform of minus d by ds into capital F of s?
T into f of t.
Yeah, very good. This is t into small f of t. So use this formula. You know the Laplace of t into f of t of s is nothing but minus d by ds into capital F of s. So by using this formula, so the L inverse of minus d by ds into capital F is nothing but t into f of t. Okay. So this is equal to, so the L inverse is a linear operator. You can rewritten as minus 2 times L inverse of s by s square plus 9 of t plus 2 times the L inverse of s by s square plus 1 of t. Yes. What is the answer? So the answer is minus 2 times. What is the inverse Laplace transform of s by s square plus 9?
Cos 3t.
Cos 3t plus 2 times. What about this one? L inverse of s by s square plus 1 is cos t. Yeah, that's all. So therefore your t into f of t is nothing but minus 2 times cos 3t plus 2 into cos t. But we want our f of t only, right? So our f of t is 1 divided by t times minus 2 into cos 3t plus 2 into cos t. What is this f of t? This f of t is this one. Okay. So you got the answer. The f of t is nothing but 1 by t times minus 2 into cos 3t plus 2 into cos t. Okay. In the same manner, you can be able to solve this problem. Find the inverse Laplace of log of 1 plus s divided by s. Yes, tell me. So as I told you, so you have to find the inverse Laplace of log of something. So you can bring that the interior as a capital F of s as a log of 1 plus s divided by s. So apply the properties of logarithm. You can write it as a log of 1 plus s minus log s. Now you differentiate this one with respect to s. What is the d by ds of capital F of s is nothing but 1 divided by 1 plus s and minus 1 by s. Okay, so bring the minus sign outside. So minus d by ds of capital F of s is nothing but 1 by s minus 1 by 1 plus s. Now you take the inverse Laplace transform. So the inverse Laplace transform of minus d by ds times capital F of s of t is nothing but the inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s and minus 1 by 1 plus s of t. So you know what is the inverse Laplace of minus d by ds times capital F of s is nothing but t into small f of t. That is equal to the inverse Laplace operator is a linear operator. So I can written as L inverse of 1 by s of t minus L inverse of 1 by 1 plus s of t. Okay. So therefore, what is the inverse Laplace of 1 by s?
1.
1 minus what is the inverse Laplace of 1 by s plus 1 plus s?
Sin t.
No.
E power minus t.
Yeah, very good. E power minus t. This should be right 1 by s plus 1, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So the answer is minus e power minus t. So therefore your f of t is nothing but 1 minus e power minus t the whole divided by t. So you got your answer. Okay. So like this, there are many functions, many examples are there. So you can refer the Gray Walls book. Okay. If capital F of s is given, then how to find the f of t? Okay. Both Laplace transform and inverse Laplace transform. If f of t is given, you can be able to find what is your capital F of s. If capital F of s is given, how to find the f of t? Okay. Okay. Yes. Any doubts in the inverse Laplace transform? So I will tell you what is the application of this Laplace transform. Yes, any doubts in this inverse Laplace transform? So if you are strong in the Laplace transform, if you know all the formulas and the answers, you can directly apply into the inverse Laplace transform. Okay. By applying this partial fraction or according to the problem, you can choose the methods. Okay. You can apply the inverse Laplace transform. Okay. The method is this one. How to find the inverse Laplace transform. Okay. It's fine. Any doubts here? Any doubts up to here? Yes. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No doubts. Okay. So if you give me another 10 to 20 minutes, I can complete this application of Laplace transform. So and there will be no class on tomorrow. Or otherwise we can stop it here. See you on tomorrow. So what can you do? We stop now. See you on tomorrow, or you take some 5 minutes break. So I will continue another 10 to 15 minutes to complete the application of Laplace transform, and there will be no class on tomorrow.
Sir, better continue now.
Sir, finish it off today, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So you take some 5 to 10 minutes break. You want, you take. Otherwise, I will continue. Yes, you want break?
No, sir.
No.
Finish it off.
That's fine. Very good. People are very energetic. Okay. So what is the application of this Laplace transform? So f of t is given. You have to find the Laplace transform. Then we find the Laplace transform. We know the capital F of s. Again, finding the small f of t from there. So why is unnecessary job? So let f of t itself be f of t. Why taking the Laplace transform and again inverse Laplace transform? And what is the application of this Laplace transform? Okay. So the main application of the Laplace transform is to solve the differential equation. Right? The main application of this Laplace transform is to solve the differential equation. Right? Your unit number 1 and 2. So in unit number 1 and 2, we are struggling to find the solution of the Laplace transform, right? There are some methods are there to find the solution, right? Again, this Laplace transform is used to find the solution of the same differential equation. So let me see how this Laplace transform is working. Okay. So let me consider the second order differential equation. So before going to use the Laplace transform, yes, we are very familiar in this, right? What is the Laplace transform of first derivative of f? And what is the Laplace transform of second derivative of f? What is the answer? I am going to use these two only. What is the first one? Laplace of f dash of f is nothing but s into capital F of s minus small f of 0. Am I right? Yes. What is the second derivative of the Laplace transform? That is s squared times capital F of s minus s times small f of 0 minus f dash of 0. Right? So if you remember these two, then you can solve the differential equation by using the Laplace transform. Okay? Okay. So I will take the first very simple example. Okay. Solve the y dash equal to minus 2y with initial condition y of 0 equal to 1. Now, you solve this one by using your unit 1 idea.
Sir, minus 2x, sir. Minus 2y, sir.
Sorry, minus 2x. Now, whatever you can solve by 2x also. Let me take, this is 2x. The first problem I take. This dy by dx is nothing but minus 2x. Now, x may leads into the other problem. Let it be y. Okay. So this is the first order ODE. You know 4 methods to solve this first order ODE, right? And find the solution. How to find the solution for this y dash equal to minus 2y?
Variable separable.
Yeah, very good. What is the answer? You can bring dy into y is equal to minus 2 times dx. Take the integral on both sides. So this is your log y is equal to minus 2 into x plus c. Remove log on both sides. So your y of x is nothing but, I can put this is log c. So c times e power minus 2x. Right? Where c is the arbitrary constant. The problem is given with the initial condition y of 0 equal to 1. So use this condition to find the arbitrary constant. When x equal to 0, so y of 0 is nothing but 1. That is equal to c into e power 0. So that is, this implies the value of c is 1. So therefore you got the solution y is equal to e power minus 2x is the solution. You can write it as y, or y is a function of x. Right? So this is the solution of the differential equation. Okay? Just apply the method of variable separable. Find your y of x in terms of arbitrary constant by using the given condition y of 0 equal to 1. So I got the value of c. Therefore, this y of x equal to e power minus 2x is the solution of the differential equation. Okay. Now, how to solve the same problem with the help of Laplace transform? Okay. This is the method 2. The problem is given y dash equal to minus 2y with the initial condition y of 0 is 1. Okay. So in the given problem, take Laplace transform on both sides. Take Laplace transform on both sides. What is the answer? So the Laplace transform of y dash, everything is a function of s, minus 2 times, you can write the Laplace transform minus 2y of s. Right? Okay. What about the Laplace transform of y dash? Is nothing but s into capital Y of s minus small y of 0. It's equal to minus 2 times Laplace of y is capital Y of s. I can write the Laplace of small y of x of s is nothing but this capital Y of s. Like our Laplace of small f is capital F. That's all. Okay. So now you see, now up to now is fine, right? The problem is given, taking Laplace on both sides, right? Just to apply the definition of the Laplace of first derivative. Okay. Now you know what is the y of 0. Y of 0 is given, the value is 1. Okay. So therefore, s into capital Y of s minus 1 is equal to minus 2 into capital Y of s. Now bring the y of x terms into one side. So s into capital Y of s plus 2 into capital Y of s equal to 1. So bring Y of s outside. So Y of s times s plus 2 equal to 1. This implies your capital Y of s is nothing but 1 divided by s plus 2. So what is our objective? Our objective is to find what is the Y of x, right? But what we got? We got capital Y of s. This capital Y is nothing but Laplace of small y, right? Okay. Now take inverse Laplace transform on both sides. Take inverse Laplace transform on both sides. Okay. So what is the answer? So by taking the inverse Laplace transform, L inverse of capital Y of s is nothing but the L inverse of 1 divided by s plus 2. Okay. What is the L inverse of capital Y? Yes, what is the L inverse of capital Y? Yes. What is this capital Y?
Small y.
Yeah, very good. So L inverse of capital Y is nothing but Laplace of small y, right? This is nothing but L inverse L cancel, you will get your small y. So but this problem is here independent variable is x, therefore this is a y of x is equal to, what is the L inverse of 1 by s plus 2?
E power minus
E power minus 2 2x.
2x.
X is the independent variable here. Okay. The problem will be clearly defined. What is the dependent variable? Okay. So what is the independent variable? Like either y dash of t or y dash of x, that will be given. Okay. See the problem. Second method, just operate the Laplace transform and again operate the inverse Laplace transform. I got the solution. The only advantage of using the Laplace transform, here the method 1, separately you have to find your arbitrary constant by using the initial conditions, right? Here you have to separately find what is your arbitrary constant. But in the Laplace transform, the Laplace transform itself takes the initial conditions and not to comes with the arbitrary constant and directly is giving the exact solution. This is the advantage of solving by using the Laplace transform. Okay. Now I will tell you, I will go to the second order differential equation. So in that you can understand little better. Okay. So the second one, the second example, let me consider the second order differential equation. So that is y double dash of t minus 4 into y dash of t plus 5 into y of t is nothing but 4 times e power 3t with the initial conditions are y of 0 equal to 2 and y dash of 0 is nothing but 7. So the problem will be given clearly. Solve this one by using Laplace transform. Okay. Our idea is same. The first step, you apply Laplace transform on both sides. Okay. You take Laplace transform on both sides. Yes. What is the answer? So your Laplace transform of y double dash of t of s minus 4 into Laplace transform of y dash of t into s plus 5 into Laplace transform of y of t of s is equal to 4 into Laplace transform of e power 3t of s. Right? Here, what is the independent variable? What is the independent variable? Yes. What is the independent variable here? What is the dependent variable? Yes. What is the dependent variable and what is the independent variable? The people are here or? Yes, people are here. Yes, tell me. What is y and what is t?
Y dependent, T
Yeah, y
independent.
is a dependent variable, t is the independent variable. Very good. Yes. So now you know the definition of the Laplace of first derivative and the Laplace of second double derivative, right? Yes. What is the Laplace of y double dash? What is the formula? S square into capital Y of S, right? Minus S into small y of 0 minus y dash of 0, right? This is your Laplace of y double dash, right? Okay. And minus, what is the Laplace of first derivative? S into capital Y of S minus y of 0, right? Yes. Plus 5 into Laplace of y is capital Y of S equal to 4 times. What is the Laplace of e power 3t? What is Laplace of e power 3t? Yes, tell me the answer.
1 by S minus.
1 by S minus
1 by s minus 3. Okay, super. Yeah. Now you know you have to use the conditions y of 0 is 2 and y dash of 0 is 7. Just use the conditions. So s square into capital Y of S minus s into y of 0 is 2 minus y dash of 0 is 7. So this is minus 4s times capital Y of S minus minus plus 4 into y of 0 is 2 plus 5 into capital Y of S nothing but 4 divided by s minus 3. Okay. Now you just simplify. So bring the Y of S terms 1, 2 and 3. But there is a s square minus 4s plus 5 times capital Y of S minus the remaining is 2s minus 7 plus 8 equal to 4 divided by s minus 3. Okay. Just to simplify, so I can simplify s square minus 4s plus 5 times capital Y of S is equal to 4 divided by s minus 3 plus 2s minus 1. Let's do the cross multiplication on the right hand side. So therefore this is nothing but 4 plus 2s minus 1 times s minus 3 the whole divided by s minus 3. Okay? Okay. Now you write what is your capital Y of S? The capital Y of S is 4 plus 2s minus 1 times s minus 3 the whole divided by s minus 3 into s square minus 4s plus 5. So we got the capital Y of S. What is our objective? So our objective is to find the small y of t, right? This is our objective. But what we got? We got our capital Y of S. So how to find small y of t from capital Y of s?
Inverse Laplace transformation.
Yeah, very good. Take inverse Laplace transform on both sides. Take inverse Laplace transform on both sides. Okay. So inverse Laplace transform of capital Y of s. Everything will be the independent variable t. So L inverse of. So this is our 4 plus 2s minus 1 times s minus 3 divided by s minus 3 times s square minus 4s plus 5. 4 everything is t. So I got, after taking the L inverse, the left hand side will give your y of t. What about the right hand side? Right hand side, yes, you people are very familiar how to find the inverse Laplace transform of this 4 plus this thing divided by s minus 3 into s square minus 4s plus 5. Right? Yes. So use the partial fraction method. Okay. Write 4 plus of 2s minus 1 into s minus 3 divided by s minus 3 times s square minus 4s plus 5 equal to, yes, tell me what is the answer? A divided by s minus 3 plus
BS plus.
yeah, plus,
BS.
since it's a quadratic one, so bs plus c divided by this s square minus 4s plus 5. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now you can cross multiply and equate and write the both left hand and right hand side. So 4 plus of 2s minus 1 times s minus 3 is equal to 8 times s square minus 4s plus 5 plus s minus 3 into this bs plus c. Now you compute the value of a, b, c. How to compute? What is the first step? You can easily know, putting s equal to 3, right? You will get 4 plus 0 is equal to 8 times 9 minus 12 plus 5 plus 0. From here you will get 4 is equal to 2a, right? Therefore your a is 2, right? So easy way, putting some number s equal to 3, I will directly drop the value of a is 2. Now how to find the other values b and c? Yes, tell me. So equating the coefficients of what? Yes?
S square.
Yeah. Okay. The first equating the coefficient of s square. What is the left hand side?
2.
2 is equal to right hand side.
B.
The first term a is there, that
plus
is
B.
there, yeah. Plus a plus b. You know what is the value of a? Putting a equal to 2. What is the value of b?
0.
So therefore b is 0. Okay. Now the second next one, how to find c? So equating the coefficient of s, you will get c. What is the coefficient of s in the left hand side?
Minus 7.
What is the coefficient of?
5.
You just expand this one. This is the difficulty, right?
5, sir.
So No, not 5. 2s square minus.
Minus 7.
No, let me see. 2s
Minus 4a minus 3b plus c.
minus 6s minus s plus 3. What is the coefficient of
Minus 7. Minus.
coefficient of s is minus 7. Okay. Is equal to, and here right hand side
Minus 4a minus 3b plus c.
minus 4a
Minus 3b
minus 3b
plus c.
plus c or okay, plus c. Okay. Now substitute the value of a and b. What is the value of c?
C equal to 1, sir.
C equal to 1. Very good. So now you got the value of a, b, c. Substitute into here. So the answer. So 4 plus of 2s minus 1 into s minus 3 divided by s minus 3 times s square minus 4s plus 5 is nothing but a is 2 divided by s minus 3 plus bs plus c, b is 0, 0s plus 1 divided by is s square minus 4s plus 5. Okay, this is nothing but 2 divided by s minus 3 plus 1 divided by s square minus 4s plus 5. Okay, so now we have to find the inverse Laplace transform of this left hand side of t is nothing but the L inverse of 2 divided by s minus 3 plus 1 divided by s square minus 4s plus 5 of t. Since our L inverse is linear, so this is 2 times of L inverse of 1 divided by s minus 3 of t plus the L inverse of 1 divided by s square minus 4s plus 5 of t. Okay, what is the L inverse of 1 by s minus 3? Is 2 times of
E power 3t.
3t plus, yeah. Now what is the L inverse of 1 by s square minus 4s plus 5? There is no ready-made formula. Yes? Can you able to write? Okay, let me say I will write this one as L inverse of 1 divided by s minus 2 the whole square plus 1. Right? What is this? This is s square plus 4 minus 4s plus 1. So I can write this as s minus 2 the whole square plus 1. Right? Right? Okay. Yeah. Now, so use this formula, the Laplace of e power at into f of t of s is nothing but capital F of s minus a. So use this formula. So by using this one, what will be the here? This is e power 2t times the L inverse of 1 divided by s square plus 1. Right? Yes? What is the L inverse of 1 by s square plus 1?
Sin t.
Yeah. So this is e power 2t into sin t. So the answer, so 2 times of e power 3t plus e power 2t into sin t. So what is this? This is nothing but the L inverse of this whole thing. This L inverse of that whole thing is nothing but your y of t. So therefore my y of t is 2 into e power 3t plus e power 2t times sin t. So this is our solution of the given differential equation. Right? Problem is little lengthy. Okay. But when you try to understand the method, this is the problem. Okay. First you apply the Laplace transform on both sides. Then you use the derivatives, the Laplace transforms. What is the Laplace transform of first derivative and what is the Laplace transform of second derivative? Just to apply, put the initial condition values, bring y of s. Okay, then you write everything y of s equal to something. Then your ultimate aim is to find your y of t, not capital Y of s. So to inverse Laplace transform on both sides, you will get your y of t. Then you have to find the inverse Laplace transform of this quantity. So use partial fraction, find the values of a, b, c, get the inverse Laplace transform, you will get the answer. Okay. So I will give you the last example. Sorry for the taking another 5 minutes. Okay. The second example is nothing but y double dash of t minus y dash of t minus 2y of t equal to 0. The conditions are y of 0 equal to minus 2 and y dash of 0 is equal to 5. Now you tell me how to solve this problem. The same method, you just to tell me. What is the first step? This has to be solved by using Laplace transform. This is the question. Yeah, what is the first step?
We need to take Laplace on both sides.
Yeah. So the answer, the Laplace of y double dash of t of s minus Laplace of y dash of t of s minus 2 into Laplace of y of t of s equal to 0. Then the next next. Yes, you tell me we will complete within 5 minutes. For the next step. Yeah. What is the next step? So use the values. You know what is the Laplace of y dash and Laplace of y double dash, right? So use the formula. So this is s square into capital Y of s minus s into small y of 0 minus y dash of 0 minus, for what is Laplace of y dash? That is s into capital Y of s minus small y of 0 minus 2 into capital Y of s equal to 0. What is capital Y? Capital Y is nothing but Laplace of small y. Okay. Now we bring the coefficients of capital Y of s. So here and here and here. So the coefficients are s square minus s minus 2 times capital Y of s minus what s into, what is y of 0? Y of 0 is given minus 2 and y dash of 0 is given 5. Substitute it here. Here also y of 0 is minus 2. So answer is plus 2s minus 5. So this is plus minus plus again minus 2, so equal to 0. Okay. So you can just rewritten as capital Y of s is 7 minus 2s divided by s square minus s minus 2. Now, what is the next step? What is the next step? Yes. Now you got your capital Y of s. What is your objective?
Partial fraction.
No, what is the objective?
To find a small y of
Yeah, you have to find what is your small y of t. So in that, so you take the inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform on both sides. So you get L inverse of capital Y of S of t is nothing but the L inverse of 7 minus 2s divided by s square minus s minus 2 of t. Okay? Yes. What is the L inverse of capital Y? Is nothing but your small y of t is equal to your L inverse of the 7 minus 2s divided by s square minus s minus 2. So now your objective is to find the L inverse of this quantity. Okay? So you can use the partial fraction. So I can write the 7 minus 2s divided by s square minus s minus 2 is nothing but this s square minus s minus 2 can be written as 7 minus 2s divided by s minus 2 into s plus 1. So now my job is simple. So this is nothing but a divided by s minus 2 plus b divided by s plus 1. So after the cross multiplying, the 7 minus 2s is nothing but a into s plus 1 plus b into s minus 2. So putting s equal to 2 and s equal to minus 1, s equal to minus 1 and s equal to 2. So I will get the answer. The value of b is, putting s equal to minus 1, a is 0. Then the value of b is minus 3. Putting s equal to 2, the value of a is 1. Now I got the value of a. So I can write the 7 minus 2s divided by s square minus s minus 2 is nothing but 1 divided by s minus 2 plus 3 divided by s plus 1. Now what is the inverse Laplace transform of this quantity of t is nothing but the L inverse of 1 divided by s minus 2 of t plus 3 into the L inverse of 1 divided by s plus 1 of t. Yes, what is this? What is this L inverse of 1 by s minus 2? Yes? What is the inverse Laplace transform of this one?
e power 2t.
E power 2t plus 3 into this one?
Power minus t.
Minus t. So now you got the Laplace, inverse Laplace of this quantity. Substitute that one into here. So therefore, my y of t is e power 2t minus 3 into e power minus t. Okay, so I got the answer. So b is minus 3, right? So this is the minus 3. So here is the minus sign. So here is the minus sign. Sorry. Okay, so now you got your y of t. So the advantage of using Laplace transform is nothing but the values of the initial conditions is taking while solving the problem itself. Okay, but in our unit 1 and 2, if you want to solve the problem, first you have to find the general solution, your y of x, that contains the arbitrary constants. Then after you have to substitute the values y of 0 and y dash of 0, you can find the arbitrary constants. Okay, that is the method in your unit number 1 and 2. But the advantage of solving the Laplace transform, while solving the problem itself, it takes the initial condition values. Okay. So suppose if you want to solve the 10th order differential equation, there will be a 10 initial. Okay. But finding the arbitrary constants, you have to substitute your y of 0 and y dash of 0 up to y ninth derivative of 0. So you will get some 10 cross 10 algebraic equations. So solving the 10 cross 10 algebraic equation is very difficult. So that's why we are using this Laplace transform. Okay. So try to understand the advantage of this Laplace transform. In our unit number 1 and 2, solving the first order and second order ODE, there are some arbitrary constants will be there. For finding the arbitrary constants, there will be given conditions are there.
Okay.
Y of 0 and y of 0 and so on. Okay. But the advantage of this Laplace transform is, so this the problem, the second step of the problem itself, it takes the values of the initial conditions. There is no need of separately solving the arbitrary constants. Okay, this is the advantage, and this is the, I think these two problems are sufficient. Okay, so I will prepare the assignment sheet for this Laplace transform. Okay. No, I think as of now, unit number this Laplace transform is completed. Okay, so after the completion of your first assessment, I will give you I will prepare some set of question and answers. Okay, so we will have another 1 or 2 classes on this Laplace transform. Okay,
Tomorrow.
not tomorrow, after your CT.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so as of now, I completed our yesterday 1.5 hour class and today 1.5 hour, almost 3 hour class. So this week I completed by these 2 classes. Okay, so prepare well for your first assessment. Okay, so I will give you the overview of this Laplace transform after your first assessment. Okay. Okay, then fine.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, prepare well for your first assessment. Okay, that is how only of first order ODE and second order ODE. There is no Laplace transform. Don't confuse. The syllabus for the cycle test is first order ODE and second order ODE. There is no Laplace transform. Okay. Yes, okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.